Yeah, so my talk is based on a description of the current clinical trials landscape in Asia Pacific. Actually, during the talk, I wanted to highlight the problems of the huge variation in clinical practice and drug accessibility in the region, and how we developed a clinical trial network based in Asia. The countries involved are Singapore, Thailand, Taiwan, Hong Kong, Japan, Korea, and China. And we wanted to create a trial network based around these countries initially because these are countries with well-established clinical trial activity in the treatment of myeloma, as well as a well-established clinical database or national registry. And this effort was put together with a lot of assistance from the International Myeloma Foundation, who also share the same concern that drug access, especially in light of all these new drugs that has been approved in the last 10 years, was an issue in Asia. Because despite the great improvement with all the new drugs, in Asia we are actually getting access to these drugs either late, because approval is late, or in fact, even when approval is there, it was not easy to obtain because of the high cost of these drugs. So we formed this network, and we spent actually a couple of years establishing the contractual framework to actually allow us to do clinical trials together. And we executed our first trial, starting enrolling our first patient in our first trial in December 2014. That was a trial using pomalidomide and dexamethasone in Asia countries. And in 2 years, we recruited 136 patients. So that, first of all, showed that we can execute the trial, we can recruit patients in a fairly rapid manner, and this is conducted in a multi-center, multi-country setting, which is something that hasn't quite been achieved before in Asia. And the results actually were presented in the American Society of Hematology meeting last year, showing great response of about 50%. That's very equivalent in Asia compared to the West. But more importantly is that the median overall survival of these patients were more than a year. And essentially these are patients coming in the trial where they would essentially have no more treatment option in the Asian setting. So I think this is great because it achieved one of our main aim, which is to get early access to these new drugs, and more importantly for free while they're on the clinical trials, that actually end up benefiting a significant number of patients. So moving forward, having established the ability of us to do this, we have now actually lined up another 3 to 4 studies that will be opened in the course of this year, 2017, with another 2 in discussion that may come on in 2018. So this is really going great, and these new trials will involve drugs like daratumumab, which is a new monoclonal antibody, will include carfilzomib, which is a very potent new proteasome inhibitor, and will also involve, again, pomalidomide in a randomized fashion. So again, we're venturing beyond just a single-arm study as well. We'll be conducting our first randomized study this year. And also, towards the end of this year or early next year, one of the new trials will actually be looking at newly diagnosed patients as well. So we are really expanding the scope of the kind of trials that we are doing. And the idea is really, eventually, we hope to have a trial that is suitable for patients in every single indication, newly diagnosed, young versus old, relapse setting, so that we can actually, first of all, bring these drugs to Asia earlier on and allow our patients to have early access, for free, essentially. And also, by doing this, it allows us to generate the kind of data that is very often missing in global clinical trials where only very small amount of Asian patients are involved. And certainly in these studies, we have identified some unique side effects that may be much more common in Asian patients. So again, this will inform subsequent practice in Asia, and precautions or the way to handle patients and drugs. So I think this effort, we're just at its infancy. we're very hopeful that it will be something that will be sustainable in the long term and will establish Asia as a hub for pharma company to engage with, to do clinical trials that hopefully will benefit our patients as well as importantly produce useful data that will inform clinical practice in the future as well.